Hi, welcome to my small garden that I'm trying to turn into a micro homestead. Come and have a look and see what I've got growing. I've got these potatoes in pots, these are new potatoes, and some sweet potatoes. I'm really excited to see how these do this year. Hopefully we have a warm summer. Then I've got a herb garden with some marjoram in the front, some thyme, some creeping thyme in the corner, chives, mint in a pot to stop it going everywhere, sorrel, garlic chives, some basil which I took from cuttings, coriander that needs dividing, and some fennel. I've got these loganberries which are growing up some trellis, and loads of strawberries. And look at these, they're almost ready to pick. It's so exciting when you get your first fresh strawberry of the year. This is my leaf celery, and then I've got my radishes. These are a long white variety of radish which I haven't tried before. Then next to them I've got my standard breakfast radish, and this one looks ready to pick. And then growing along the front here I've got a row of spring onions, and behind that is my rocket, and tucked in behind that I've got my mizuna, and behind that is my pak choi that will need dividing. And then here is my blueberry, and it's absolutely covered in blueberries. Look at this, every single branch has got so many on it. Here are my autumn fruiting raspberries, and they've got really tall, and unfortunately my little thornless blackberry has been completely covered, so I'm going to have to dig this up and put it in a pot until it gets a bit bigger, but there's so many fruit on it. And then in the front here I've got some onions. My carrot seedlings are doing really well, they'll need thinning. Got some radishes, some pak choi, Swiss chard that's going to grow, a little mini kale. Here's my wineberries, and there's so many buds on this. I'm really excited to hopefully get a good harvest this year. Got my broad beans, and they're doing well. I've got a pot with some black currants in it, and another pot with some rhubarb, and this needs planting out. Then I've got my little chicks. They're bantam black australorps, and they're growing really well. They're 4 weeks old now, and they're starting to feather up, so they're getting to spend a bit more time outside now that the weather has warmed up, which they're really enjoying. And my mini wildlife pond has got its first frog. So exciting. I've got my cucumbers here with some wool to try and keep the slugs out. And then these are my overwintered chilies. They haven't done terribly well, but hopefully they'll recover now that the weather's warmed up. I've got some tomatoes in pots, and then these are some cucumbers with some wool again to try and keep the slugs away. I've got ginger in pots, and hopefully this will grow. I've got some more tomatoes that will need potting up into bigger pots, and some